Let's go ahead and record this whole show again because somebody didn't remember to press the record button. With the new Euro 5 emission standard just around the corner, all motorbike manufacturers are hard at work upgrading their models to fall in line with new regulations. And this obviously isn't limited to just Europe, it affects motorcycles worldwide. We go into more depth in one of our previous videos, but the short of it is that manufacturers usually comply with the strictest emission laws across the board. This time it's Yamaha's turn to spew out some spy shots of its very popular MT-07, which seems to be getting quite the overhaul. Stick around! Get your motorbike news in a pleasant way. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Welcome back to Long Way Home, everyone. Lovely to see your smiling faces again. Dave and I are still recovering from the comments of our last video about Harley Davidson. Obviously, I'm not talking about YouTube comments here because for the most part those are pretty nice and insightful, so thank you for that. But try and share a Harley video on Facebook. That's when the real fans come out. And next week we're gonna do a video on Harley moving some of their manufacturing to China. That's gonna be fun, Dave. The Yamaha MT-07 was first launched in 2014 and since then it has become a favorite among enthusiasts who are looking for a fun motorcycle with good performance on a decent budget. Are you recording this time? Are you sure? Did you triple check? Okay. Spy photos reveal Yamaha is testing out an updated version of the MT-07 platform, possibly ahead of a 2020 or 2021 release date. The current MT-07 model has a 698cc parallel twin engine, and from the looks of it, the new version in the spy photos has exactly the same engine installed. To keep up with the emission standards, Yamaha will most likely update the components and maybe even offer variable valve timing technology similar to BMW's new shift cam engines. If Yamaha goes this route, it could give the MT-07 a boost in the mid-range as well as helping to clean up exhaust emissions. Speaking of the exhaust, it has been modified slightly with the two pipes meeting up a lot sooner than on the existing model, so there is definitely something new going on inside the engine. Power numbers should remain mostly unchanged, but if Yamaha implements variable timing, improvements will be felt throughout the rev range, making the bike more agile than it is at the moment. Improvements will be felt throughout the rev range, making the bike even more agile than it is at the moment. The dash also seems to have gotten a redesign as well, as it now looks larger than the existing model. Smaller 700-ish bikes like the KTM 790 Duke have brought full-color TFT dashes to the market with smartphone connectivity, and since this bike is targeted to a younger audience, it's not far-fetched that Yamaha will do the same. However, since it's also aimed at a more budget-conscious rider, maybe adding the cost of a full-color TFT isn't the wisest of choices, and Yamaha could just be upgrading its standard 2-color display with smartphone connectivity and other bells and whistles. Could this also mean more electronics options like traction control or ride modes? Definitely, by the looks of all those cables or pipes running to the front wheel from the spy shots. This could be either an updated ABS system or a new traction control system. The current model is quite a basic model, missing a lot of creature comforts, but the MT-07 is part of a motorcycle segment which is very price competitive. But maybe with the new updated model it will shift a little and be right up there with the Ducati Monster 797 or the KTM 790 Duke. It's a little difficult to see through all of that tape, but the headlamp design looks brand new as well. And while the yokes for the front suspension are different, the telescopic suspension unit looks to be the same. This could mean an improved steering geometry on the new model, or at least a slightly different one. Much of the rest of the bike seems to be unchanged, with fork, wheels, engine casing and layout all seeming to be carried over from the predecessor, but it's still early days to be certain of anything. Considering that the current MT-07 model was released only last year, this new model will most probably not see dealer floors in 2020, but in 2021 when the new emission laws come into effect. Already being such a loved bike as it is, what is the #1 feature you hope Yamaha will include in this new model? Let us know down below. Well, that's the show, everybody. Give it a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming one of our Patreons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.